Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you the basics of Canva to get you started on your first projects. For most school boards, they have purchased pro accounts for all staff. So to sign into your pro account, you're going to sign in with your school login using the Microsoft option. As you can see here, I've already signed in before, so mine is ready to go. I just need to pick my account and it will automatically log me into Canva. Once I'm in Canva, it will automatically take me to my home page. From here, I can look at some of my most recent designs so I can continue working if needed, or I can choose a template that they have already to start creating a project. So as you can see here, there's lots of options. If you click on more, you will see more of the design options from there as well. When we're looking at Canva, over to the left, we can see that we have our toolbar. There's a quick plus sign for us to begin creating projects. We've got our home button to return us back to this page. We have our projects tab that will take us back to any projects we've started. The templates tab, which will take us to pre-made templates. There's a brand tab and a Canva AI tab that I will talk about in other videos, as well as the apps tab, which I will use in other videos. There is also a classwork tab, which is where you can create a class and have them submit work into that folder. I will also show that in another video. So from here, we're just going to show you how to use the templates tab. In here, there are lots of different starting projects that you can kind of fill in, or you can look across and look for the education tab along the top, where you can find some pre-made templates here. You can search by subject if you'd like, or you can also search by grade. If you click on a grade, you will find lots of different options. You will find posters that you could use, agendas that you could use there's math worksheets, there's videos or presentations for different curriculum aspects. So you can take a look through there before creating your own projects, or you can build your own project using the Create tab. In the Projects tab, you can see your most recent projects as well as projects that you've worked on in the past. We're going to start by just creating our own project today using the Create button, and we are going to start with a worksheet that is already ready to click on right there. From here, we have a blank worksheet that we can begin to create. Along the side is where you're going to use your kind of design tabs. So the first one is a design. This is where you can look up pre-made templates. If I was looking for a writing paper, I can type in writing paper and I might find something that's already created for me that I can start with or begin with and add to it if I wanted to. There's sometimes they have different styles of what you're looking for, so you can click on the styles tab to see if there's anything there. If I'm adding my own kind of design, I can use the Elements tab, and this is where you can find lots of different shapes, stickers, graphics, photos, charts, grids. So I'm just going to type in pencil and paper to start finding some sort of graphic that I'd like to use. So clicking over, I'm going to look across the top because sometimes they use some real images. They've got frames, videos, audios related to that pencil and paper. I just want to grab a graphic to begin. So I'm going to click on the pencil here and I'm going to start with this pencil to begin my design. So as you can see, I can resize that image using the corner drag button. I'm going to position it. And then when you click on an image, you can see that there's some editing options along the top. So you can change the color of your image. So I can make a blue pencil with a green eraser if I wanted to match the colors of my design. I'm just going to go back to the original colors. I can also animate my image from here. So if I wanted to make a little video, or a presentation, I can use the animation button to drag my image around. I can adjust the speed on that. I also want to edit. If you notice that I clicked off the image and I lost my toolbar, so you always have to make sure you're clicked on the image. So here I can flip the image vertically, I can flip the image horizontally, I can crop the image if I needed using the crop tool. I can remove the background if there is a background to remove. And then I can use this edit button. And within this edit button, you will find lots of different ways to edit your images. So you can use different effects. I can add a shadow to my pencil. I've got a drop shadow, and I can adjust the blur of that drop shadow. I can adjust the distance of the shadow away from the image, the intensity. So lots of different ways to edit your image from here. There's lots of different things here. There's a Magic Studio options. We'll talk about some of those in my next videos. There's filters that you could use, lots of different effects. There's blur, face retouching. And then there's some other apps within Canva that you can use to edit your image. You can also adjust your image's colors by using the adjust button. So I'm just going to stick with a little shadow on my image here. The next thing we're going to add is text to our design. So as you can see, you can add your own text box here, or you can scroll down and find some pre-made text features. So I'm just going to use this one for now. I'm going to click on it and type in what I want to create. Actually, I'm going to do pencils, and I'm going to make a sharp sign. So this will be my sharp pencil bin. I can move my text around, and the same as when I had my image, I can look at the top toolbar there and I can change the color, I can change the style, the text, I can add effects. So I'm going to add a shadow to my writing. I can offset that shadow a little bit. I can blur the shadow out. I can change the color of that shadow. So there's lots of different ways that you can play around with your text here. Once I have what I need, I'm going to exit out of there. Like I said, there's lots of different tool options that you can use on that toolbar. I'm going to go back to my elements and add a shape here. So I'm going to click on the rounded rectangular shape, and I'm going to add a little background here to my text so that it stands out. So I'm just going to make that shape fit my text. And as you can see right now, my text is on top of my shape, but if I wanted to change the position, I can click on my text and I can press position at the top there. I can send my text to the back, or I can move it to the front. So if you have elements that you want to overlap, you can use the position button when you're clicked on an image or a text or a shape. So I can move my text around, but if you want it to stick together so that both layers are attached, you can highlight both layers there and press group so that now my text and my shape are grouped together. So I can move them around the image or the design together so they're not separate entities. I can ungroup those if I needed to edit them separately again. I needed to move my text around, I have to ungroup it, and then when needed, I can group that back together. If I wanted to add other elements, I can search some elements in there and add more. So now once I think I have what I need, I'm going to press the share button, and this is how you're going to save your work. So there's different options. You can send your work to someone, or you can download or save your work. So to print from Canva, you're going to have to download your design. So I'm going to press download. Since I use the animate button on my pencil, it automatically detects that this should be an MP4 video. However, I just want to make this an PDF print document. So I'm going to change that and then press download. This will make it a PDF, which I can then open up and print from there. Thanks for watching, and I hope this video helps you get started with your first Canva project. Make sure you watch my other videos for more teacher tips.